Hey, everybody, welcome to the Nobody's Happy podcast, the podcast that appeals to everyone who can do me absolutely no good. Rest in peace, Rodney Dangerfield. I love you. You are my hero, and you will never be forgotten. As long as I have no career and no respect, you will always be in my heart. It's going to be one of the worst podcasts ever. I drank a shit ton last night. I don't think it was that I drank a lot. I didn't eat dinner until it was too late. And then if you wait too long to eat dinner, you don't sober up. You just pass out. So yeah. I drank last night. I was going to do the podcast last night, and then I came in here, and I looked at the setup, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm 62 years old. I should already have this set up. Maybe I'll buy lights in here and set this whole thing up. Yeah, all right, that should be fine. I can't hear anything on my right ear. I hope you can. Because if you can't, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to fucking tell you. This goddamn thing is supposed to be working. Okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't plugged in all the way. I'm still sleepy. What was I gonna say? Oh yes. May 13th. It was supposed to be this Saturday, but May 13th is when I'm going to be at the Santa Cruz Theater in Austin. It's a little box theater. I've done a show there before. It was pretty cool. The people were really nice. They were all wearing masks, so it kind of sucked because you couldn't hear the people laughing freely, I guess. I don't know how it's going to be. I mean, it's Austin. It's woke city, so isn't that crazy? Like your political ideology can shift where you live, or vice versa, and it affects like your physical day-to-day lives. Right? There's some people in the hill country here that do not, and I repeat, never gave a fuck the whole time. Just not wearing masks. Honestly, I mean, I think it's ballsy, right? Because not even in the sense of like getting COVID. I think it's ballsy in the sense of it's like you're definitely going like, you know what? Fuck culture. Fuck your stupid culture and fuck what you stand for. I respect it, but I also get how people can get a little squeamish. Like, I wear a mask because it's common courtesy. You know, you don't want somebody thinking you gave them something, right? Even if it's not sexual. It's like, oh, I swear to God, dude, you did not get it from me. It's just something just feels weird about it, right? Like, you gave me COVID. I mean, at that point, you're not really giving it. You know, that implies that, you know, you're handing it over. You know, it's more like, I don't know, you pissed COVID on me. You know, something a little more violating. I mean, what's more violating than having somebody, you know, basically tasting their insides? I just feel like shit. And my nose is stuffy because I smoked out the window and I left the window open. I really hope you can hear this. Did you hear those chickens? Yeah, that's right. Our neighbor has chickens. Mighty fine chickens too, if you ask me. His dog, though, I don't know about his dog. I can't stand this fucking dog. Sometimes I want to let Pax, because Pax is our dog. She's a bit of an aggressive dog towards other dogs. Every once in a while, she'll surprise you and she'll be like, "Hey, I want to hang out." But for the most part, she's like, "Oh, I want to fight this motherfucker." And I hate that. The neighbor's dog, I don't hate the dog, but I really dislike it because it barks at me from the window, from inside the house, just from going. And I think one time it took a shit here because the neighbor walks it without a leash. But it's a good dog in the sense that it doesn't run away or start attacking people. It's a little dog, a medium dog. But every time I see it and it barks at me through the window, I wish you were outside so I could just let Pax go and have her fuck you up. Because it's kind of like that whole, like in the hood when a guy didn't want to beat the shit out of a chick because, you know, we have morals in the hood too, man. So you get your sister or your cousin to go fuck her up. Isn't that crazy? We have our own little culture, but that's not really like a Mexican. I think that's just a ghetto poverty thing. I'm sure there's the fucking slums of Romania also have that shit too. You know, I go bring my sister to fucking headbutt you, unconscious. She's a hard-headed one. I think it's all the same, right? Poor people just accepting their position, if you will, like they say in what's it called in jiu-jitsu. Don't accept your position. You know, always be trying to scramble out of there. And when you, I think when you're poor, you get so good at suffering that you can get a little too good, and you kind of figure how to maneuver around this wasteland. But because you figure out how to maneuver around the wasteland, you don't really look for a way out. You're just like, I kind of figured it out. It sucks, but I figured it out. God, don't ever let me do that. Don't ever let me get comfortable suffering. Always forward, always up. I forgot. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's just not a political statement. It's just it's a joke that went too far. It's a mug says leftist tears. I said, did you know that Raul was alt-right? No, I like everybody. I get along with I have conservative friends, and I have very liberal friends. Just the fact that I'm in stand-up means that a lot of my friends are going to be fairly liberal, unless you live in San Antonio. No, I think for the most part, any job or thing you do that's got to do with entertainment and the arts, I usually tends to lean a little liberal. It doesn't necessarily mean that way, but and also have army friends and friends from the reserves, and they tend to be more conservative, and I get along just fine with all of them. I don't know what the whole fucking why it gets out of hand, dude. It's like, Jesus, you can't have one fucking thing happen without it being like, see, if it wasn't for these motherfuckers. It's weird. Aren't liberals supposed to be like on the we love everybody, and aren't conservatives supposed to be like in the whole Christian Jesus thing, and that's supposed to make you love everybody? All it seems to me is like politics is just like sanctioned hatred. It's like, we're good people, but when it comes to arguing about politics, you can let your hair down with these motherfuckers and just fucking let them have it. It truly is. It's like human beings have a need to hate so bad that they're like, look, we can't just outright say it. We need to hate. So we have to vilify somebody so that we can outwardly hate them. Like Trump. I never understood that. Like people that always, it was always people that were like, we need, to fight for rights and, trans people and gay people and immigrants, It's just all these loving things. But when it came to the name Trump, it was just frothing at the mouth. Like, oh, delicious hatred. I've been loving all fucking day. I need to hate something. It got weird, man. It's like, all right. I mean, he said some really fucked up things. That makes me not like him already. When he said immigrants, I'm a former immigrant, illegal immigrant at that. And he was all like, they're not bringing their best and brightest. I can tell you this. Meanwhile, my remedial math ass was like, damn, he's right. I mean, I had to take remedial math. I don't know what to tell you. But he seemed a rapist. But that didn't make me hate him. Like, every time I saw him, I didn't go, roar. I just like, just please don't blow us up. Please don't send us into another bullshit ass war. And we didn't, so there's one good thing. Are you a fucking Trump supporter? I remember somebody asking me that. When I realized it was about to get out of hand really bad, when I was in New York and I was watching the Super Bowl. I think it was the Eagles and the Patriots. And I remember I saw everybody was rooting against. It was all comedians in the creek in the cave. We would all go down there, and instead of doing shows that afternoon or open mics, they just project the whole the game, and everybody would just sit and watch. And I noticed that everybody was like rooting against Tom Brady, which whatever, sometimes you it's fun to root against the evil empire. But me being the person that I am, I was like, nobody is rooting for Tom Brady. I think I just became a Tom Brady fan. Because I'm a fucking asshole through and through, and I just started going, yeah, fuck yeah. Every time you would make something, I started getting into it, and I'm starting to drink now, so I'm getting pretty nice. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then some guy behind me goes, are you rooting for the Patriots? And I was like, yeah. Like, I said it proudly, right? And I was like, what's up, cuz? And I realized it was a big motherfucker, and I was like, yeah, I mean, kinda. No, but then he goes, what are you, some kind of Trump supporter? And I go, what? Trump? And I could have sworn Pat was there with me. Pat Smith. Hey, Patty-o. I gotta give Pat a call, see what he's doing. What was I getting at? Oh, yeah. I go Trump support, and Pat also looks at me like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? And I think we might have been the only ones that weren't on the whole. Honest to God, I did not know that apparently Tom Brady was like he didn't seem like a staunch, I was going to say taunch, like a big, I have to lower my vocabulary so I don't stumble over the words. A big Trump supporter. Oh, just burp. Otherwise, it sounds like you're gut farting. I can't get out of this fucking thought. I also smoked a little bit, so that it cures my hangover. And I was like really dumbfounded. And then I looked around. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching a game with a bunch of comedians. And there's a bunch of ladies here that would otherwise not really be interested in football, but it is the Super Bowl, and it has kind of become like an American holiday. So they gotta partake in it, fucking ruin it, talk while the game's on, and then just shut the fuck up while the commercials. It's funny. You could tell who's like a real football fan, because like the those of us that actually like football, we get up to pee during the commercials, and they watch the commercials and then go pee when the football game starts. Oh yeah, and what was I getting at with that whole fucking story? I don't know, something about politics and how it gets all fucking crazy. People start thinking that that everything's some kind of fucking statement, you know? I just want to make money, dude. Republican, Democrat, I do give a fuck, because I think both parties are really corrupt. Look at me getting into politics. Hey everybody, this episode of Nobody's Happy is brought to you by Mild Salsa. Mild Salsa. Give your taste buds the empty gesture of a pointless expense. Represent your boring life proudly with the most limp of bastardizations, Mild Salsa. Because if you want to feel like someone chewed a tomato and spat it into your mouth, Mild Salsa is the way to go. Mild Salsa. Because fuck Mesoamerican heritage. This episode is also brought to you by that fucking idiot that you work with at work. That fucking idiot that you work with at work comes fully equipped with countless questions about things that they should have learned a long time ago. Make your days more stressful by doing twice the work for half the pay on account of this dingus not doing their job right. That fucking idiot that you work with at work, because life sucks and now you gotta pay for it. But I really do feel like both parties are corrupt. I just have to say that. You know, I feel like I as an influencer, I need to speak my mind on this subject that is very important to all of us, and that is motherfucking politics. Dude, it is brutally corrupt. I remember there was a time when I first got out of the army in 2006. The Democrats and most liberals were like really anti-war. What are we doing out there? And then all of a sudden, you had like the Times, Washington Post, super liberally things start saying like we can't get out of. They're using wokeness to keep us in war. We can't leave Afghanistan. Those poor girls. So let's send these poor boys to go die over there. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, men are expendable, right? Disposable men. I like disposable more than expendable. I don't know. The disposable seems more like a condom. Never mind. I changed my mind. Expendable. You know, it's Sylvester Stallone, Special Forces, men who get the shit done, right? But nobody cares. But we walk off down a road as the credits start coming up. No, dude, it's super fucking corrupt. It's super fucking corrupt. And then I don't know what the fuck. Wasn't there like a vote for $15? And that's where that lady got in trouble from Arizona, where they were voting on the $15 minimum wage, and she went up there and did like a little like. She did it with some stank. She put some stank on that. She went like this. And then she like hoisted her purse. People were giving her shit. And then they started going, "Oh yeah, you wouldn't have done that for a guy." They're using it's hilarious. Like they think, people can't notice, but I can notice it, that they're using like things that were meant to like empower people, that were like feminism and You know, people that haven't in the past gotten their fair shake in government and society, using uh, uh, like liberal talking points about like feminism and gays and trans people. They're actually using that to like push shit that goes against it, like war, for example. What am I talking about? Like I said, I drank too much, man. I drank too much, and but it's because I hadn't drank since the weekend. I took a few days off because sometimes you got to take a few days off. It's like I really do believe that thing I said on the joke about drinking is like sometimes you have to stop so you don't have to quit. Because I think if you can't stop, then you have to quit, like completely. So every now and then, I make it a point that I have to stop drinking for a while, because if I'm unable to stop for a little bit, then that means I have to quit completely, because it's over. Like it's got a hold of you. You're no longer in charge. And so I did that, but it's because I don't function in moderation, dude. I live in absolutes. It's like I'm gonna be a. Not only am I not gonna drink, I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna eat clean. I'm not gonna beat off. Yeah, dude, I take it to extremes like that. But man, that means that when the time comes, like Cialis, but when the time is right. That's my drinking. My drinking is a dick pill. It's Cialis. You know, because you're not always ready to wild out, but when the time is right, I'm able to do it. That's me, man. and now I live my life trying to balance myself out to not go too far one way, too far the other. Well, I mean, that's how I was talking about politics. That idiot fucking Crenshaw, that Republican dude that went on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about like, oh man, dude, this whole $1,400, like, people that didn't lose their jobs are getting that check. And Joe Rogan was like, what? I thought you had to lose your job. He was like, no, dude, they're all getting free money. It's like, I'm sorry, isn't your job to beg people to give you fucking money, you piece of shit? God, what a fucking cocksucker, man. It really pisses me off. It's like, what the fuck do you care if I lost my job or not, man? You obviously didn't lose yours, and you get paid just fucking fine, you fucking piece of dog shit. Thank you for your service, though. I understand he's a Navy SEAL or a former Navy SEAL. What I do this past weekend or this week, I watched some fights, UFC fights. I'm probably the best best UFC fan ever, because I'll watch UFC fights all the time, and then people ask me, "Oh, who fought?" And I'll be like, "A white guy and a black guy, I think." But then I get random fucking information in my head. It's like, you know, why do I know Joanna Jacek and Zhang Wei Li? And that fight that they had, where Joanna Jacek got her face, dude, she really did, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not being mean, but she looked like the Elephant Man. Like, she had a thing on the side of, go look up Joanna Jacek, Joanna and Wei Li, just put that, versus Wei Li. You'll see at the end of that fight, her face looks like a monstrosity, dude. It looks alien. She looks like an alien. Like it I remember little fights like, well, not little fights, but you know, like I remember details like that. But if you ask me who fought last week, I'll be like, Gastelum. Robert Whittaker. It's like you're watching something. I watch the UFC like I watch like like I'm in high school, right? And there's a kid that's always cool, right? And you're like, oh man, Gastelum, he's a cool kid. And then he gets in a fight after school with some other dude. And you're like, oh man, well, I don't know who that dude is that much, but I know Gastelum, man. I hope he. And then he gets his ass beat, and you're just like, damn, bro. Damn, Calvin. I mean, put your hands up, bro. No, that dude was just too good, man. He just put a fucking beating on him. He was great at wrestling. He was great at striking. His movement was smooth. And Gastelum, homie likes his tacos, man. I don't think he should be fighting at that weight, man. You gotta cut down, Papa. There's too many fajitas and too many enchiladas. Yeah, he needs to cut and weight. I saw that, and then I did the Willful Ignorance podcast with the fellas. That was pretty dope. We talking about some wild shit about sex, pleasuring, pornography, cucking, swinging. I respect that people got their own thing, man. They got their own kink. They like, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It does not compute when I think of like, I've met people that have told me, oh, we're in an open relationship and all this stuff. And I always do the dog thing. Like, I go, what do you mean? Right? Like, what did Bill Hicks say when the crowd wasn't responding? He was like, you guys are looking at me like a dog being shown a card trick. And they just go like, huh? Yeah, that's how I look at that. I just go sideways, like, I don't. Okay, so you're letting somebody fuck your wife, and then you're fucking their wife? How do you just sit there? Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I think it's even worse. Like, it's one thing to like walk in to have some kind of weird, goofy orgy, old couple just switching right there and then. But when you talk about like open relationship, like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fuck somebody real quick. How do you just sit there and play Xbox? How do you not just sit there and just the whole time you're just like, what the fuck? Maybe that's just an emotional maturity that I'm never gonna reach. I don't even know if I'd be able to like be with like a porn star, no matter how beautiful and how awesome her personality would be. It would just be like, dude, I can't do that. Why not? Because I just saw a video of some guy spitting in your pussy. I can't. I'm not gonna put my mouth on his. Oh, what did Eminem say? You feel like you've been sticking your dick into hers. That's a graphic song. Obi Trice and Eminem. Jesus Christ, I need to wrap this up because I still got to put it up. It's like early in the morning, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to edit a lot about this. But all right. No, I think I'm going to cut it short, like I said, because it's early in the morning. But thank you guys for supporting the podcast. I really appreciate it. And more cool stuff to come on this channel. And I really appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Take it easy. Bye.